Hello everyone and welcome to State of the Realm. We're gonna stop talking a little bit about Evercold and 7.5 today, although still definitely a little bit given the context. And we're gonna talk about an important system in Final Fantasy XIV that has been equal parts a big motivating factor for people playing the game and equal parts terrifying thought to even consider. Achievement hunting. I've been doing it a bit myself and I gotta talk about it. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course joining me is Sly, who's sick of me fishing during State of the Realms now.
No, it's not even, well, little column A, little column B, but yes, I'm here, and I'm in the scared shitless camp of achievement hunting. That's where I stand right now, so this is going to be interesting being sandwiched between two achievement hunters. Yay.
And as Sly said, there's two achievement hunters here on this show today. Couldn't do it alone. We're bringing on one of the achievement goats themselves. We got Cider Spider on, first ever time on State of the Realm. Welcome, Cider. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Scrambled to get everything ready in time, but managed to make it work. Otherwise, just chilling.
Just chilling. Good. Well, yeah, it's a long time overdue. You've been a long time request on the show. And as Sly will attest, I'm just terrible at asking people to do things because I feel like I'm bothering them literally 99% of the time. I should have had Sly ask you to come on ages ago because he would have done it.
Oh, honestly, I'm terrible at scheduling things. I'm usually just too lazy to set anything up. So
Same.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm always just worried. I'm like, oh, they're busy. They're gonna have to think about it. And it's like gonna interrupt them. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Well, it's good. I'm glad we had you on. It comes at a good time because I just started attempting it myself, realizing that I maybe should have spent some of the last 13 years of this game, 12 years of this game, 13 years of this game, maybe attempting some of these things that could have been long completed.
quest.
Yeah.
You could have been done with them 5 years ago.
Yeah. Now I won't be done with them for 5 more years.
That's how they get you.
It's all right. I'll play this game till I'm dead. And hopefully that's not in less than 5 years. All right. Well, with that, quick shout out to our sponsors over on Patreon for supporting. Nobody has to support State of the Realm. Everything is available for free, but we do leave that open as an option for those of you who do enjoy the channel. And as a reminder, State of the Realm is back in audio only format. I gave up trying to fix what was wrong with the old RSS feed and have instead just put it on a new one, and one that is far more stable and should not have any issues going forward. So if you're looking at the old playlist for State of the Realm, you will not find it there. Simply search up either State of the Realm 422, 423, or 424, as those are going to be the 3 episodes that are available on it. 424 after this one actually gets uploaded, and you can find it that way. And that's a new playlist. Follow that one, and that's where all the audio format ones will be available. So thank you to our sponsors from Patreon for supporting, and to our audio listeners for being patient with us. Or me. Sly, you can't, it's not his fault. It's mine. I'm not gonna, you don't get the blame, Sly. That's all on me. All right. Well, it's achievement day. It's achievement talk day.
Yeah.
Every day's achievement day.
Well, since you're new to the show, Cider, it's your first time on. I think it's only fair that you give us your spiel, give everyone your introduction in case they haven't watched you get angry but small before. So go for it.
I'm terrible at introductions because I never do anything except my own stream. But yeah, I am mostly just a lazy guy that complains a lot. And I'm trying to get every achievement in the game. Been working on that for, I guess, technically like 3 years now. And yeah, I make stupid videos and stupid streams, and you should watch them. There you go. That's all I got.
It's fun. It's hilarious to think you're bad at doing introductions when you literally have the introduction voice.
Oh yeah, but like, see, it's easy when you write everything down and pre-record it.
That's fair.
Oh yeah,
that's fair.
And the intro movie guy, I don't think he was just riffing, you know. This summer,
they just said, here's the movie. Whatever you think we should say, just say.
Yeah, just get him in the booth. He didn't even know they were recording.
That's it. Well, all the same, I feel like that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah. So this show is obviously about the achievement system in Final Fantasy XIV. It's something that's been a little bit more at the forefront of people's thoughts as of late, it seems. Not for the best of
Probably
reasons.
because of you.
No,
maybe?
no, no.
Well, a little combination, both of you. I mean, Cider's been doing it longer, obviously. Happy you've been kind of getting into the whole thing as of what, maybe 2 years ago when you first started
Not really.
World-class Troller. I mean,
No.
little bit here, a little bit there, but yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of caught the achievement bug. I have, and I could not be fucked to do it. I'm sorry. There's just so much there's just, I mean, if I'm in the camp of like happenstance, if it happens, if I go check my achievements and I get like something neat, like maybe a little mount or a little minion or some piece of gear, or I'm really not too big on titles, but yeah, like a title, sure, it's just, oh, I got this, yay. Meanwhile, you two are in, everybody else who's actively hunting are actively hunting.
I'll have you know I got that fish. So
congratulations.
Point well taken and received. So yeah.
Honestly though, so when I first started making videos about achievements, like I thought it was gonna be wildly unpopular. It was just like an idea that I'd had, because I was already achievement hunting. I just wasn't making content about it really. And so I'm thinking like, oh, I'll put this thing together and probably no one will watch it, but I'll just keep posting them every week until it gains traction. But the first video, like right out the gate, like did really well. There's actually always been a pretty big achievement hunting community on the game. There's just not really a lot of content that catered to it. And so, yeah, it's not even really that people caught the bug. It's more like they already had it and they gave it to us, I think.
I think that's a fair assessment, because I think every single time a new content's come out that's had some kind of dumb achievement, it's always been a discussion. Like people look at like the final achievement of whatever's just come out, and it's like the first topic of discussion that pop in. Cosmic comes out, first thing Diadem comes out, first thing Eureka comes out, like every single one of them that comes out, people look at that bottom achievement, whatever is like the final pinnacle, and they go, oh my God, I can't imagine doing that, or can't wait to do that. So yeah, I do think it's a little bit of that. I've always had like somewhat of a bug, but never enough to dive all the way in until recently. What gave you the bug, Cider? Was this does this carry over from other titles for you? Is this like a behavioral? Because for me, it's definitely behavioral in terms of that. Because I do
I'm just a little bit like of a completionist. The biggest thing for me is I just get distracted very easily. So like I'm very bad at being a completionist, because I'll start trying to complete a game and then get distracted, play a different game instead. So FF14 is good for that because it's got so many different games within the game. But for me, it was actually Triple Triad. They had just added the card mount like shortly after I started the game. And so I just kind of set it as a goal, like, oh, I'll get that mount one day. Like, I'll be the cool kid that has the Triple Triad mount. And so I started collecting cards. And in order to collect, the first 312 cards, you had to do almost literally every piece of content in the game. And so at a certain point, you get to that point where you're going down this checklist. Okay, I gotta go clear Soul Mile hard until I get this stupid Scorpion card, and now I got to do all of Eureka, and now I got to do all of Bazia, and then I eventually ran out of things on my checklist, and so I started looking at the achievement list, and I'm like, there's a lot to do in this game. And then it was when I did the math on the leave quests, that was the moment where I kind of got trapped in it, because I'm like, oh, so this is a multi-year grind, and if I don't start it now, I'll never be able to do it. But also, the moment I realized that you couldn't share the leave quests, because I thought like, oh, well, if these go up to 5,000, that must mean that I can party up with someone and use their allowances. No. Once I realized you couldn't do that, then I'm like, oh, this is going to take, 7 years. So I'll just start today. And now that I've started, I can't stop, because then I'll just fall behind. And so I'm kind of trapped forever in torment.
Can you give me the number on the leave quest achievement, please?
Which number?
Just
The total amount of time that. Okay, but Sly, there's a stipulation. Do you just mean the 15,000 leave quests?
Yeah,
or do you mean the additional 1,500 you need just from grand companies?
Which don't overlap.
Which have zero overlap. So you have to do them after. They're two completely separate different goals.
And you also need to do the unique leave achievements, which include the Heavensward large leave achievements, which take 10 allowances each and only count for one credit.
And only count for one, yeah.
Never mind, go on.
The answer you're looking for is about 8.4 years. Most likely.
That's somewhere around about, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Sly, it is what it is. And as chat said, you could take it or leave it.
Yeah, I'm leaving that shit, but go on.
Yeah, that's a big one to start on. So, okay. So one of the worst achievements in the game is what got you to start, is what I'm hearing. One of the worst.
In a weird way, yes. Yeah.
It's funny because in WoW, one of the things that got me to start achievement hunting was the Insane in the Membrane achievement, which was probably the worst achievement in WoW at the time, I want to say, or at least one of the most like, it's the most like the ones that are in Final Fantasy XIV, where it's like you have to grind out all the oldest reputations, but they're awful. Yeah, Bloodsail Admiral is another one. It wasn't one of the worst. It was one of the worst, I think, casually obtainable. It's kind of like the 3 million ocean fishing. Like you go at it for a few months, you'll definitely get it. But it's kind of like that too, where it's the deep rabbit holes that get me going. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's the ones that seem unfathomable to get, not the reasonable ones.
There's something about having a long journey ahead that is just kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, you definitely made Sly's face when you said that. The long journey ahead. Sly's like, life ain't long enough. I need whiskey and fucking barbecue right now.
Life is definitely not long enough, I give you that. But it's just like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know, like, there's almost a sort of obsession with, this is the stupidest thing ever. No one would ever do this. You shouldn't, and there's no reason to. And that kind of makes me want to do it. Like, I'll be the idiot that does it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's see what's down this path. Like,
out of curiosity, have you ever played and or watched any RuneScape content?
I'm a lifelong RuneScape player. It was my first MMO.
Oh, we actually had this discussion at TwitchCon.
Yeah, I started RuneScape in 2004, so I've got a 20-year cape now, I think.
That's a lot of capes. That literally is the only explanation anyone needed right there. Anyone who knows RuneScape, literally, like, that they're the champions of already having too much to do and for some reason making something else to do.
Yeah. No, like, before I got into Final Fantasy, I was making RuneScape content. So, like, the reason I started streaming Final Fantasy was because I was already planning to stream RuneScape, and so I was kind of like already getting stuff set up, and then just took a massive swerve at the last second and got trapped here. So, yeah.
That's fair. I can only imagine what the alternative of going for a full green log and RuneScape series would have looked like. I suppose.
Oh man, yeah, that's probably what I would have done. Honestly, like, so I said, like, I started making achievement videos like a little over 2 years ago, I think, at this point. But the thing that actually inspired it was RuneScape. It was the second Trailblazer League. I was going to make a video about it, and all of the content of the video is basically just me, getting the little challenges to try to unlock the different zones, because it's too long to explain, but basically you do challenges, which are like mini achievements that unlock further parts of the map. And so, I was putting this video together and I edited like half of it, and I'm like, why don't I just do this in Final Fantasy with the achievements? Since I'm already achievement hunting, I just don't make content out of it. And then I just threw that video away and started putting together the first achievement video, and the rest is history, as they say. But
the rest is history. And it's a good history in the making thus far. It's
I
a lot
gotta
of.
get back into RuneScape soon. It's always at the back of the mind. You never quit RuneScape.
He's been trying to get me into RuneScape for the longest time.
I just want to see
fucking
what Sly
refuse.
looks like in RuneScape.
I refuse.
I think you're gonna like it, Sly.
Okay.
You guys gonna do like a group Iron Man or something?
I've heard so many things about the Iron Mans and like other events, the
leagues,
whatever the event is.
Leagues,
not the league. It's the it's like a dead man event or something where like 100 people join us. Join a server and like they die immediately until one person lasts. That shit.
It's kind of like a giant PvP last man standing type deal that goes on for like a month, basically. Like,
yeah, you'd be great at that, Sly.
You
played Dragoon. You're always.
Wow. Did we really have to go? Wow. Okay. Cool.
Never mind.
Thanks.
Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't do Dead Man in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out. But no, you should try RuneScape. You'll get it. You'll understand. I would not make you do an Iron Man, to be completely honest. I think that's a mistake for you. I think that's
not a good way to start the game.
No.
Although I don't know, it can be hit or miss. It depends on what type of player you are, because you have to learn every piece of content because you have to be fully self-sufficient. Whereas non-Iron Man, you skip a lot of steps with the market board, basically.
I the likelihood of me ever wanting Sly to do Iron Man in RuneScape is the likelihood of me ever wishing he played 11 during the level 75 era. I can't put that upon Sly's back and expect a result. It's monumental. It's a lot to take in all at once. But okay, it's yeah, it all tracks. And almost everyone who seems to want to do like a really arbitrary grind always links back to someone being a RuneScape player.
Yeah.
And if they didn't play RuneScape but they do like doing arbitrary grinds, they're a future RuneScape player.
It's kind of like I feel like the hardcore raiders usually stem from WoW. So it's almost like there's different like starting points, and this is like one of the skill trees of RuneScape is Final Fantasy Achievement Hunter.
It's the bridge. It's the way everything. I just like that this conversation has got Sly vaping, drinking, and you got lunch there, Sly? You got anything to eat? Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
I'm smoking an old fashioned right now.
Smoking an old fashioned. God. I had my first ever smoked old fashioned. Oh, I got rum. I'm the only one without alcohol. I was sick all week. I got water. I'm being responsible. All right. And all I have is wine otherwise downstairs somewhere. So.
Alas.
It's okay. I don't need it. I don't need it.
No,
I don't need it.
Just sipping coffee, honestly. It's still early, so.
Yeah.
It's a little too early for the rum, I think. Yeah, maybe.
That is a huge thing of coffee, by the way.
It's 12 o'clock. It's the weekend.
It's Saturday. It's true. This wouldn't be the earliest I started drinking.
Yeah, I make Sly drink early just by existing. So that seems to be enough to get him on the horse most of the time we have State of the Realm. So now that we've got a bit of the origin story, we've got a bit of the background and the history. We know what got you into achievements. We know both in 14 and beforehand. Final Fantasy XIV's achievement system is pretty vast as an entirety. And as such, there's a lot of facets of the game that one needs to look at and seriously consider when they're going achievement hunting. Are there any categories within Final Fantasy XIV's achievements that either have you worried, not because of the actual achievements, but because it's an activity you generally wouldn't consider yourself interested in?
Not specifically. I feel like probably my least favorite category is just crafting and gathering, because it's the same achievement, copy and paste it 8 times. But other than that, I mean, like, there's not really anything that I'm dreading per se. Like, I don't love ultimates just because of the time sink, but I'm also not really afraid of them. It's just something to do. Although I am becoming increasingly worried about the field operations tab because been
Oh.
hearing some rumblings about the the known issues on the lodestone, and yeah, they're kind of turning it into the next accursed horde achievement tree from the look of things. And so yeah, there's not really a specific tab that I'm bothered by. There's not really a specific section of the game that I don't want to work on. I even enjoy the PvP, honestly. Like I think the achievements there take too long to get. Like they're overscaled, but I don't mind the process. I think it's actually pretty fun. But yeah, the greatest thing that I'm really bothered by is just exactly that. It's overscaled achievements. It's stuff like 30,000 accursed horde, 2,000 fortune carrots, 10,000 treasure chests, that type of stuff. And so yeah, I don't really have a specific area of the game that I'm dreading, though.
How is it that both of you equally hate crafting and gathering? And it is one of the most lucrative fucking things. And like, again, I get it. I understand it can be boring, but at the same time, if you're doing it for achievements, that's just a lot of fucking money.
It is.
No,
it's not that I hate the crafting and gathering. It's just that it's the same achievement pasted 8 times. That's all.
So I'm gonna read you the achievements in the crafting and gathering category. And now imagine doing these 8 times.
Yeah.
So craft 410 unique recipes. Every recipe down the list. Oh God, this Goldsmith has even more, doesn't it? Yeah, Goldsmith has 730 unique recipes. Leatherworker has 460 unique recipes. Let's go to alchemy real quick. Let's get that one. 370 is not bad, actually. That's way less than I thought it would be for alchemy. Culinarian is only 230. Okay, not a lot of food. Okay.
Yeah, but they all have 5 ingredients.
True. So it might as well be 1,000 unique things. Now, oh, sorry, hold on. I'm zoning. It closed. I'm on an ocean fishing boat for Placidus. So, they closed the thing. But also, you have to do a unique leave quest. So you get 6 leave quest allowances per day. You have to do, I think it's like 135 unique, but 15 of them are large scale leaves, which take 10 allowances. So you can only do 1 every 2 days realistically. And that, obviously we mentioned earlier, cuts into your 15,000 that you're trying to do for the other thing, which subsequently cuts into the Grand Company one that you need to do eventually. And you need to do those for every single crafter and then to some capacity gatherer, but that's a little bit of a different thing, because they don't work exactly the same.
Question: are any of those achievements asking for quality?
There are
quality achievements, but they're separate.
Yes. There's, I think it's 10,000 per
crafter, yeah.
And 20,000 per I'm sorry, it's 20,000 for mining botany, 10,000 for everything else.
However, those are actually on the easier side, because basically you get every other achievement
That's
first.
the easier side.
Yeah, and then whatever's left, you just do delicate synthesis. So it's just literally 1 click to high quality.
Because I guess if you do quality, I guess it will count it for both, quality.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
exactly.
craft itself. So yeah, you might as well just go ahead and go for quality. I was gonna say, because like if you're really lazy and didn't feel like doing quality, even though like there is a quality achievement, you could just do a straight up craft and be done with it for just regular synthesis. But yeah, if you're gonna work on it, you might as well do quality at that time. And I think usually for me, the first part of an expansion is probably the best part to do this, because I make a huge leave kit. I'll go gather it with my gatherers, and then use as many crafters as I can with the leaves allowed. Like I have saved up, which is pretty much all of them now. I just hold on to them for the beginning of expansion, and just turn them shits in for like 500 times, I guess, until jobs get leveled to 100.
Yeah, fortunately, one of the big things with 14 achievements is you really have to judge exactly how much overlap you have when you're going through achievements as a whole. Yeah. And there is some benefit to that. So, great example, the 10,000 HQ fish, you'll get that without ever focusing on it. Ocean fishing alone will probably get you close to the 10,000. So you never have to think about doing 10,000 nodes. If you're someone who actively gathers and crafts every expansion and have been the entire time, it's a far more manageable mountain to climb because odds are you've at least gotten close. It's when you're like me, or and I'm guessing Cider, when you weren't there and weren't doing it from the very beginning, it becomes a mountain because they retroactively update it as time goes on.
Every time.
So
how's that been feeling for you, knowing that every expansion, the goalpost gets moved, so to speak?
It's like swimming against the current, basically. Because I've been stuck at because I track this on. There's a couple websites, but the one I use is LOL Achievements. I've been at 69% achievement completion for like a year now.
Nice.
Yeah, I just finally got over the bar to 70%. And the problem is, like, as I keep getting achievements, new patches keep coming out, and so new ones get added, and it is definitely it's an uphill battle, but it's also kind of satisfying to slowly but surely get further and further ahead to where the new patches don't set me back as much because I've already got progress on a lot of this stuff, and so you end up just getting a lot of freebies after a while.
Yeah, that's a big thing. If you're already playing a lot of facets of the game, then it just starts kind of feeding into itself. And some things also become easier with time. Not everything necessarily becomes harder. Some of it either stays the same or gets way easier. A great example would be the diadem achievements. While yes, 500,000 points is really bad, doing it for crafters gatherers is kind of a joke, especially if you buy the items. If you gather the items, which you do need, there's some really bad gathering achievements in there.
Those are the ones that take a long time,
Yeah, mining and botany are the really, really bad ones. There's also technically 100 rare fish I need to do there, so I got to keep that in mind as well, on top of the big fish everywhere else. So, yeah. That's Sly wiped his face, and I was about to do the same, to be honest. Because I was like, wow, I got 12 fish left, and then someone's like, oh, you should start the diadem ones, and I was like,
we don't talk about diadem.
At least though with the diadem, the weather's on a rotation, so it's very predictable.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but it still is what it is. It's just you gotta be putting the time forth for it, and there's really no good way about it. But that's kind of like the big upward hill that you fight, is that the closer you get to done with every category, the less you have to worry when new categories get added.
Yeah, exactly.
Like crafting and gathering sucks.
Syndrome is that? I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I can't agree with that. What kind of Stockholm syndrome is that? The more you do, the less you have to worry. No, I'm always like, if that's the case, I'm always going to be fucking worried about the new achievements that come out and how much more work I have to fucking do for it.
I mean, after Dawn Trail, I think you should be worried, to be fair, because I don't think they like us anymore.
Rough this time around, yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to get to the bottom of how they make the achievements. If I ever get the chance to ask, I'm going to, because there's some weird ones this expansion.
Yeah. For those wondering about what we're talking about, this expansion is, I don't know what the words are for it. Weird, no. Insulting. Probably closer to the correct term.
I would not have agreed with insulting until I saw 2,000 fortune carrots, and now
out of touch.
Yeah. Insulting 2,000 fortune carrots is I can't even begin to imagine the logic. There's only like 50 people in the world that have that achievement for 1,000, and let's just double it. Sure, why not?
Is there anything attached to it besides a title?
There's a title.
I'm pretty sure it's okay.
We don't know what the title is yet. We only know the name of the achievement, as far as I understand. Because they so what ended up happening was, and nobody saw this coming, they posted a known errors post the day after patch, and in the known errors it's like, oh, if you redeem these it'll like crash your game or something. And it was like these 3 achievements: 10,000 chests in the occult crescent, 2,000 carrots, bunny chests in the occult crescent, 2,000 pot friends in occult crescent, and everyone went like,
Yeah.
why?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of been the trend for Dawn Trail, because this isn't the first set of achievements that's happened with. Notoriously, when Pilgrim's Traverse came out, a line of achievements that definitely also didn't need another set of achievements happened, and that was the the accursed horde, which is now kind of one of the most known, I want to say, achievement weird things that they've done. Sai, you've done Deep Dungeon before.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many accursed hordes would you say you find on average in a set of 10 floors?
3 to 4.
Yeah.
And that's on a good day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on a good day. Yeah.
On a good day, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you're not going to have a good day if you want to do the horde achievements, because there's 1 for 1 horde. Okay. 100 hordes.
Mm-hmm.
1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5,000.
Why?
10,000.
For what?
20,000.
Huh?
And then as of patch 7.35, I believe, 30,000.
Don't say. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30,000 accursed hordes. Sly. Now, that's only half the story, because you don't actually need to collect accursed hordes. You only need to discover them.
This is the fun part.
Then that's what makes it fun, Sly. Because the strategy is you go into a dungeon, you find it, and you leave without even opening it, collecting it, or gaining any loot.
So you make a save with a pomander of intuition. You pop it. If there's a horde, you grab it. If there's not, you reload. And you don't even keep the loot.
Yep.
And that'll set you back around about 900 hours.
It depends. I think you can average probably about 50 an hour if you're like fully attentive. Like if you are literally no mistakes for an hour, I think you can net average of 50. So 600 to 900 hours is
So,
you know, yeah.
One of the few people who probably have this is Angelus, right?
No. So actually, Angela's being the deep dungeon person. What's Angela's count? It's like, it's not even 10,000.
It's not even 10,000. No, because the thing is you don't, when you're soloing, you don't really want to stop for the hordes in like, especially the higher floors. Like you're not gonna. That's time against the clock. So no, yeah, he's not even close. It's not a good achievement slot. It's, in fact, unfortunately,
it's not.
It's got a bit of a reputation, as I learned about a couple months ago when I started talking about this achievement. It's apparently one of the most botted achievements in the game.
Yep.
And honestly, it's kind of, I can't really fault. Like, I'm not going to condone it, but like,
But you can't.
It's easy to understand why.
it's very easy to understand why it's treated this way. There's part of you that's like, oh, I want to do the achievement so I can experience every part of the game. I don't need to experience those parts 30,000 times, I don't think.
Yeah, because we did some napkin math on this, and it was like, with average play, we were assuming like 2.5 hordes per hour. So you would have to do Deep Dungeon and nothing else for about 12,000 hours to get it naturally.
Yeah. It's not good.
No. It's terrible achievement. And that's why I wonder, like, who makes these achievements? Because, you know, it took us about 5 minutes to put together a couple of estimates and do this math. And so surely the guy that's putting the number into the code would have to be stopping and thinking about it and not just looking at, oh, well, what was the last deep dungeon achievement? Oh, 10,000 horde? Oh, let's just double
I
that.
think that's what they did. I honestly think that's what
last
they...
expansion. Let's do that this expansion. Like,
I 100% think that's what they did.
I think so too, because that's the only thing that would make sense. But it's baffling. Like, do they not have the numbers? They have to have the numbers of how many people have each achievement. Like, they've got to have that on the back end somewhere. They should look and say, like, okay, how many people actually did this? And, oh, no one? Okay, maybe we won't add another one of those then.
Oh, no one? Yeah, what's it'd be like if they went back and said, man, you know what we could really use? A new hidden canals achievement. And doubled that to 40. It's like the same level of insulting to do it.
See, at least with the hidden canals, though, it's possible to enjoy it. Like, it's overtuned, but, you know, there's some fun in there, and I don't know, like, if you get lucky, you get lucky. Like, I'm 3 out of 20 on that. I've probably spent like 100 hours on it, so it's not the worst thing I've progressed, but at least it's fun when you work on it. Like, I don't know, there's nothing fun about farming accursed horde.
No. There's the most fun thing is whatever's on. And here's the other problem. I was gonna make a joke, but that joke doesn't actually hold water, because I was gonna say what the most fun thing is whatever on your second monitor. But you cannot afford the attention loss to put something on your second monitor to really do it. So that doesn't really make sense.
It's podcasts or nothing.
Yeah, it has to be something that's audio only, because there's no realistic way that you're actually watching a show on your second monitor while you're doing that. It's not. And no, and to answer the chat question, no, you can't earn gil because you don't actually keep the horde. The strategy doesn't allow you to keep it.
So more napkin math. Let's say on average, because nobody's doing this 24 hours a day, let's say on the high end, maybe 10 hours a day. That is 3.3 years.
Yeah.
Somebody is putting into this achievement. Let's go even further. Let's go further. Okay. So
are you saying that with the 12,000 hours number?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
like the casual pace.
That's the casual.
Casual at 10 hours a day. Let's go even super casual and say, I don't know, 5. You're doing 5 hours. 5 hours a day. Super casual. Wouldn't
you just double it to 7 years?
Yeah, about 6.5.
Yeah, see, that's if you do nothing else except deep dungeon.
Yeah, and that's for like 5 hours a day. Yeah.
So when are you gonna get started, Sly?
Timber Neverteenth.
I was trying to think of the quote that I was looking for there. Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the quote that I was thinking of for that one, but it's lost on me. I had a fun one. What were you gonna say, Cider?
But you know, if you do it the actual efficient way, the very boring way, it's only like between 600 and 900 hours. So, you know, it could be like a 20th of that grind time, but it'll just be the least fun you've ever had in your entire life. That's all.
And I'd like to point out that there's 2 people, I think, in the game that are currently missing achievements, and I don't even think that's one of the achievements they're missing. I forgot what it is. I think one of them is like the EX wings and like one other thing, and I think it's like the big fish and the EX wings or something. It's like they've already gone and done it. Whether or not they did it fairly, who knows? Because back in I think back in Shadowbringers or early Endwalker, there was a JP player who had every achievement in the game at that point.
It was Endwalker, yeah. I remember that news story.
Yeah. So I don't remember if they had, but they were not missing. They were not okay. That person is back to 100% now. That person who is still playing the game is back to 100%. They have reobtained those missing achievements. So it's been done, Sly, which means it can still be done.
It can still be done. The hard part is just the timeline, because like if you start today, yeah, it can be done. 8 years from now, that's the part that sucks. The lead quest really ruined everything.
Yeah, I almost wish. I don't want to shit on anyone who's already done its parade, but I almost wish that you could do leave quests and only consume the allowance if you chose to. So you could like pick it up and do it, but if you have no allowances, you just don't get anything. It would then be really fucking boring, because then you'd be doing it for several hundred hours. And like in theory, you'd be spamming it, but I'd take that. Personally, instead of
like
how
some way
now?
To generate extra allowances, like I don't know.
Do you think they would ever? Because no, I don't.
Probably not.
No. Yeah, they would never retool leave allowances, even for the sake of achievements. Like, no, it's just a daily. Like, wait, to be fair, we are getting away from the daily in Evercold.
Yeah.
So we're getting to this weekly thing now, right? So it could be for the better, or if it just
now you get 6 allowances per week.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be for the better or it could be for the worse. I don't know.
I tend to err pessimistic nowadays, because like I was thinking part of the reason I didn't go too hard on Occult Crescent, because the treasure chest achievements were terrible. I was thinking maybe when they add the next zone, they'll kind of like softly nerf some of these by like changing drop rates, or like maybe speeding up the process or the spawn rates. And no, they just flat doubled the achievements. So like the worst case scenario was, they took all the achievements that were there in the first zone and just doubled them for the second zone. So nowadays I'm not so optimistic about new systems improving the achievements anymore. But I don't know.
We don't know. They could still make them better, and that's why they doubled.
It may be, yeah. Because that's another one, like just napkin math, 1,000 fortune carrots, if you don't buy them. Now, if you buy all the 1,000, about 3 billion gil is how much that's going to cost you. But if you farm them yourself, they're about a 1% drop rate from the regular chests. And you can optimistically get like 50 chests an hour by just hardcore gold farming running around the map. And so it's like a 2,000 hour grind. So, for a year, it's about like somewhere in between a part and a full-time job, just doing Occult Crescent. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's on the crazy end of, what you would say 10 hours a day, maybe.
That's just like you're clocking in like 26 hours a week, something like that. Like, I don't remember what our math broke down to, but it's basically a job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now there is worth mentioning that napkin math does not account for the refunds that you get either in outright carrots or in gil. So in theory, yes, so with 3 billion, if you bought them all, but you do get gil back, so you could rebate it, and then sometimes the carrots. I kind of want to buy 100.
Get the double carrot.
I want to buy 100 carrots and see how many refunds I get.
So I've done 14 carrots naturally. I got 1 bonus carrot. So I don't know what the rate is, but I've already seen one. So
yeah, I've gotten quite a few double carrot. I think in like the last 20 I got like 8 refund carrots. It was shocking how many I got. So I'm just gonna pray that RNG is nice to me. I mean, that'll put me 1/10 of the way through the achievement. It'll also cut my gil in half. But
yeah.
I'm about to start opening up carrot donations from chat. Just be like, chat, find any carrots, drop them in the basket, please.
That's the way to do it. It wouldn't even be so bad if Occult Crescent was a good money making method, but they nuked like every market with the treasured loot table. And
the best money making market is unfortunately selling your carrots.
Yeah.
which is you know.
Well, I guess there's the jewelry now.
Yeah, but maybe don't rely on that. I will say this: if you are rapidly gold farming and just opening bronze chests, there you will probably see quite a few accessories, and those are the more expensive accessories.
Yeah, I got a full set naturally.
What the fuck, Rick? I was doing that shit for like a month. I didn't get anything.
The only thing was like 2 of them were the melee ones, so I had to swap them for magic. But I got my whole set naturally. Like I just got the drops.
Now I'm mad. Now I want to go back into Occult Crescent.
That's how I get you.
I literally did it for like a month straight and got nothing but rings the entire time.
Yeah, I think I got the earrings first, then the necklace, then the bracelet, and then the rings.
How much are the rings worth?
Nothing.
The least.
Okay.
I think the deep rings are like a couple $100K right now, and the rings themselves maybe
like a mil.
Like a mil, yeah. Meanwhile, the other ones are about 30 to 50 mil, depending on which one it is, and I think the melee ones go for a lot more.
The melee ones are way more, yeah.
Yeah. But in theory, if you are farming carrots strictly from gold farming into bronze chests, then you would indeed see quite a few accessories along the way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a big thing is that I want the carrot achievement, and the carrot is where you get rings. Is where you get the deep rings, and then the pots are where you get the normal rings, and you need to do so many of those for the
Yeah.
It's a tough spot to be stuck in. That's for absolute certain. Which is why when it's 2000, it's gonna be even better.
There is like the one like little speck of light at the end of the tunnel is that just because we'll get like better gear and stronger buff in the next zone, like gold farming will speed up, which means respawning chests should speed up. So it'll be a little bit better, but yeah, it's still gonna suck no matter what.
And that's not even factoring in. There is another achievement in there that's oddly more achievable, but still kind of upsetting that they put in that of clearing Fort Tower Blood 100 times.
You see, yeah, I have mixed feelings about this one because like I like the idea of it. You know, I did my 50 Dalriatas, my 50 Dalabromes, my 50 Laguses, and I actually enjoyed those achievements. But Dalriata, the Forked Tower, is not. And if it was, I wouldn't mind doing it 100 times. But the fact that I gotta go to a Discord and fill out a form, I gotta put my credit card info in and whatnot. Like oh god, I just wish that I could jump into an instance and say, "Hey, are we doing Forked Tower?" Yep. Okay, cool. Like if it played the way that it was supposed to be, the way that it was designed to be played, then 100 clears would be great. I'd probably be done with it by now. But yeah, the fact that it turned into
on JP.
No.
Yeah, that really fucking helps right now.
Yeah.
How do we start a movement to make this? How do we make this happen on NA? Because I tried week 1. I was trying to convince people to go in. No one would do it. Like,
no
one's gonna. You're not. It's not gonna happen.
No.
I feel like I had to wait till. Well, actually, we are at the end of the expansion because, like, late Endwalker, we were doing Dalabrums, just trying to get relics made, and like. There were surprisingly a lot of people interested in that. And so I just got to wait till the content is like old enough that it's like soft nerfed with gear and stuff. Maybe at the end of, maybe the end of the expansion, I can convince people to go in. But.
Well, yeah, I got to remember every job. The biggest problem is that the second boss of Fort Tower Blood, nothing can save you from. Because Dead Stars is an unskippable, like, you have to do the first, like, 75% of the fight. Even if you get it to 1%, you have to wait till that spot. And all of the major wipe points are like there's 6 major points you can realistically wipe a raid by not knowing what to do in Fort Tower Blood, and 2 of them are in Dead Stars, and they're arguably the worst of the 6. So yeah, that's the roughest part. Is definitely Dead Stars. The snowball and the fireball, yeah. Those 2, you can't get around that. No amount of gear, no amount of prep will get around Dead Stars is the biggest problem. So, yeah. That's That plan is unfortunately going to be a little rough. Everything else, it helps tremendously. All the other wipe conditions, it helps with incredibly. Not that one. So, going to burst the bubble on that. That being said, as long as you can do what you're supposed to do on Dead Stars, then it will get a lot easier because every job mastered is 2% more damage. And I'm sure some of the new skills and gear might help as well.
I really wonder what they're going to do with the gear scaling, because from what Yoshi P said on the live letter, it's not going to necessarily need you to have the Fork Tower gear, but I'm just hoping that they don't make the Fork Tower stuff obsolete because so few people did it. Because I still want to get the full gear. Like I have full +2 left side, and then I've got the full accessories, but I don't have the Fork Tower gear yet. And so I'd like to get it before they add the next zone, but I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to be a waste of time, you know?
It sounds like it's just if you have Fork Tower gear, then North Horn gear, you'll skip some steps, is what they made it sound like.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression I was getting as well.
Yeah. So I would expect you don't have a real reason to go and fully upgrade everything.
It's just I always use Bosnia as precedent, and you know, like there was nothing that replaced the Delibram Savage gear. You know, like that was still best in slot in Zadnor. So
yeah. I think the big thing is that the item level in Northhorn will update. So using it outside is easier, but the actual inside stats are probably not going to go up by that much more. If I had to wager a guess, I wouldn't be surprised if they added +1s to the accessories, but they cannot be sold either. That would not surprise me all that much. So if someone can hard commit, I mean, once you've worn it, you're hard committed to it anyway, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see that either.
I kind of wanted to ask and kind of steer it back to achievements. One set of achievements that like I've kind of thought was slightly accessible during expansions are hunt achievements, because again, we're constantly doing hunt trains, but at the same time, I remember when we got these a few years ago, like the one with the achievement that got you the tiger, and there were other hunt mounts that you got. How do you like Happy? You do hunt trains on the, well, not now, I wouldn't say, but hunt trains on the regular. So how is that for you in terms of, did you get any hunt achievements through that or no?
I have the tiger. I do have the tiger.
Okay.
But the other ones I'm still quite a ways from. The big thing is if you are hunting right when the expansion comes out, and there's a lot of separate instances, and you make sure you get to as many as possible, you can really blitz those down in the first month. It is an incredibly opportune time. The problem is that effectively means you're not playing the rest of the brand new expansion that just came out, because it is a huge task to get between that, especially if there happens to be congestion and world hopping is not available, and then that limits the amount you can do. So then you're stuck to your own server, which means you're stuck on the timers, which is still going to be better because there's instances. So it's absolutely worth it if you can. And because S ranks are generally timed, especially from maintenance, you're not like as locked down. Like you can have entire days where you don't have to hunt. But otherwise, you're sitting at the Aetheryte. Either you're helping spawn, which runs the risk of you missing a hunt, or you're sitting at the Aetheryte getting ready to world hop, which is really not much better than doing the accursed horde. So I'd say it's less like that the earlier you do it. But the later you do it, how do I want to describe this? The amount of instances you have available may go down, but because the server congestion goes down as well, you have more servers you can hop between, which almost counteracts it, but not really at the same time, because there's a brief period where there's a good chance you can actually do both, especially if you're the very smart person who went over to Dynamis and made sure that you were there while doing it, because then you know the issue isn't nearly as profound. But we have a very different issue that's about to hit with that, Sly. One that a lot of hunters
the merging
are
of the servers.
Well, it's the merging of the servers is one thing, because that on its essence only affects Duty Finder and Party Finder. What was said on stage seems to imply that world travel will be and data center travel will all be possible from the Aetheryte, which would imply you could hunt across your entire data center, which would mean that the amount of congestion would be it'd be impossible. You'd have to be one of the first people to go, or it just wouldn't be, which means botting is going to then subsequently become a problem because people already use third-party programs to bot the Aetherites. Yeah. To get to S ranks faster. That's already a thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be impossible.
I guess the question is, like, would there hypothetically be less congestion because people aren't traveling as much for other reasons? So it's like the only people traveling will be the ones going to the hunt marks. So maybe that'll free it up a little bit because I don't know. Like, as it stands now, like, you try to do anything on Aether data center, you just can't get in.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those catch-22 things where it's like the quality of life of it is good for certain reasons, but at the same time it creates more problems.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you just couldn't do it from the Aetherite, it'd be fine. Like the whole merging of the Duty Finder and the Party Finder is fine. It's the ability to hop between the potential, if we're understanding correctly, to hop between data centers and servers from the Aetherite. Because logging out and server hopping to do a hunt is and data center hopping to do a hunt is terrible. It's incredibly slow and unreliable. So some people,
I guess the question is, will it still be viable to, like, so I imagine swapping data centers probably is going to suck from the Aetherite, but you'll probably still have priority on your own data center, I would think.
I sure hope. I hope that's
like
how it
you'd
works.
still have the same experience with your current 8 worlds, but if you wanted to go across to another server, it'd probably be worse.
Yeah.
That would be my speculation anyway.
Yeah, I my hope is that traveling to another data center, while more convenient, is not necessarily as fast as traveling to another server. Because otherwise, and here's the thing. Sure, I can think about it from the perspective of someone who wants to make it to hunts. I'm worried about it from the perspective of the fucking people who spawn the hunts, because it's already maddening dealing with the shitstorm that they have to deal with just from the servers they currently interact with. They have to interact with the entire data center. They're going to be getting fucking tells, like hate messages. Like they already deal with so much nonsense between people who are early pullers, which, to be fair, nobody owns the hunts. I get why it's allowed, but it just doesn't look like, it's just not good etiquette. It's not respecting your peers, etc. But it's like, I feel bad for them because they're going to have to deal with this more directly than anyone else. They're not even going to want to fucking do it.
Yeah, it's rough out there. I guess, like, it'll be kind of like it is now, where essentially early expansion hunts, because you have so many more instances, like, yeah, they're spawning way faster, but you also get more idiots, right? You get more people that just don't care about whoever spawns it. They're just completely inconsiderate. They're going to pull it right away. And as it stands now, like, if you come into the later cycle, like later in the expansion, especially when it's not a raid patch and people don't need the tomestones as much, it tends to be a lot more chill.
Yeah.
So it's probably just going to mostly stay that way, I would imagine. But yeah, I definitely am, like, concerned about how it might affect the hunting community. It just, so much of it hinges on how well it's all implemented, the new travel systems.
We also don't know what they're updating about the hunt. They made that a point.
Oh, yeah. People have been asking forever for, like, hey, use the CE system, especially the Occult Crescent CE system, where you don't even have to queue into anything. You just go stand on a glowing circle. Like, maybe we get something like that, but there's also the issue of scaling. People have been concerned about scaling forever because, the Realm Reborn one's dying like one hit now, so that's not very satisfying. Right. So yeah, maybe they'll do something with that. I mean, they just finally fixed Occult Crescent Fate scaling, so maybe they've got the scaling code on hand and somebody can actually update it now. I don't know, but
I'm concerned about that because there's one thing that has historically happened with critical engagements, and I'm looking at you, Bozia, and people being excluded. What if only like 64 people can enter?
Yeah, I guess that would be no good. But well, I don't know, because Occult Crescent, everybody can join every.
That's true, but Occult
So,
Crescent has a hard cap that is much lower than the cap of. I think you can. I think a zone can hold like
72.
500. No, a zone can hold like Occult Crescent can hold
zone,
72.
yeah,
but,
zone's like 500.
Yeah, it's like 500. I don't know if I trust their system to funnel 500 people to the same location all at once, and have it be a reliably scale. I mean, I don't really care if it's scaled at that point. I got 500 fucking people, but you know,
I guess it'll probably have to work the way the super fates do.
Concern.
That's going to be your best case scenario. At that point, it's just a critical mass of people. You know, it's going to suck no matter what.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be on PS4 at that point. Shit, I'm looking at my computer. My computer's a beast, and I'm like, I'm scared for you. I'm scared for you, 57.
That might be a fun challenge run. Just see how much of the game you could play on PS4 before they disable it. You know? How bad is it to be a plebeian in the year 2026? You know.
I mean, just ask anyone now. It's probably not that much better at this point.
No.
But yeah, that's kind of like one of the big things is like Final Fantasy XIV's achievement system has kind of always been a prospect of quantity over quality. And with that in mind,
it's only gotten worse over time.
Yes. Yeah. I think they have added the occasional good category. But when I say occasional, I mean like needle in a haystack occasional.
Right.
You know?
You really have to go hunting in the achievement list to see what the fuck it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cider, do you have any achievement categories you think are well done that you're looking forward to doing that maybe you haven't done yet?
That are well done.
that you think are well done and will be fun. They don't have to be big struggles. They could just be something you haven't done. That
the first thing that comes to mind is the Realm Reborn sightseeing logs. I have not done those yet, and I know a lot of people will just look it up, but the idea of like a little scavenger hunt around the world using different hints and figuring out the time of day and whatnot, that I think is fun. That's something different. You know, there's not a lot of other achievements like that, and I'm kind of sad that they watered down sightseeing logs to just a big glowing blue orb now, because I feel like that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Yeah, how you felt about that?
Yeah, it's just because now it's just, oh look, there's one over there. You know, you're just wandering around and you just bump into them, and so the process for finding them is just walking around, whereas it used to be like a little quest that you would go on.
Yeah. As someone who is a part of the crew that discovered where all the sightseeing logs were on release, it was a journey. And still to this day, Thanalan, the sightseeing log number 18 in Eastern Thanalan, it's much easier to do now, but it still has a bit of a sour taste in the mouth. That or the log jump are both very, very important. I won't say too much more, but trust me.
Those are fun. Like the best example of utilizing that system well outside of ARR is probably like the tea house jump in Stormblood, where they put it in like hard to reach places where you kind of have to solve some little puzzle, like, because there's not that many achievements in the game that really send you out to do something different that you would otherwise not do, because like you guys said, most of them are they're just linear statistics. It's just counting up. It's like, okay, craft 1,000 items, idiot, go kill this boss 100 times, you dummy. But they don't really challenge you to do interesting things as much. And so yeah, like that's I like the sightseeing logs.
It's just the way you say it. It's like, and I can just picture the dev saying it. Yeah, go kill this shit 100 times, you fuck.
That's basically what it feels
like. Pay your
like.
goddamn sub and get out there, pal. Pat on the back. Get him, little Timmy.
Oh, you guys want another Baldessian Arsenal? Do it 100 times, moron. It's just...
Man, that's the other thing, man. Like BA and Delubrum Regine Savage are 10. Why is 4 Tower Blood 100?
100, yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like even Dalriada was 50, Delubrum 50. Like 100 is a little bit much.
Just a little.
Okay. because we kind of skirted around this, but the big question, and like after this episode, I think there will be some people who will want to get into straight from the bottle. I like the cut of your jib, my man.
I don't have any
I
cups.
like the cut of your jib. There are going to be some people who want to get into achievement hunting now. And where we are in the game right now, like it depends, like where they are in their journey. If they're, you know, current with expansions and current with content, or they are a fresh sprout. So let's talk to the people who are current first, and like go ahead and ask the question: is it a good time to get into achievement hunting? And this is for both of you.
I would just kind of say, like, there's not really a bad time. There's not a good or a bad time. And so obviously if you're starting today, you are way behind. And so you're going to have to play a lot of catch up, and you kind of have to make that call for yourself. Do I want to invest in the 8-year leave quest grind? Do I want to invest in the 5-year custom delivery grind? Or, you know, do I want to just focus on the stuff that I think is fun? And so that's kind of the question you got to ask yourself is like, are you in this for the long haul? You know, what do you really want to get out of this journey? But there's never a bad time. You know, Yoshi P says game's going to be around at least another 10 years. Doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Things are looking pretty good for that. So, you know, yeah, it's just that question. Like, do you want to commit to this thing long term? Because if you do want to go for every achievement, it's a very long journey. But if you just want to, you know, see how high of a score you can get, you could start that right away. That's pretty easy to do. You know, you can jump in and you know, just pick your poison, like what's your favorite aspect of the game, and just start there. There's going to be some kind of achievement for it. So.
Yeah. For anyone confused about the statement of 5-year custom delivery, you need to turn in 150 customs for every NPC, and you can only do 6 a week. So it's 25 weeks per NPC.
Well, it's 12 allowances per week. So
yeah, but it's only 6 per NPC.
Yeah.
So
but you do 2 at a time. So
yeah, you do 2 at a time. Yeah. I was getting to that.
And
okay.
For media, that was like, even though like it was kind of off topic of Evercold, that was one of my questions. Like, hey, when are you gonna unlock the old, you know, deliveries and everything? And you know, not really, mainly for story purposes, because like at this point, locking the ARR custom deliveries, locking, you know, the Heaven's Ward, all that jazz is stupid. Like, yeah, trying to do Ixals and like you're a completionist and you're trying to do Ixals, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Tribes,
sorry,
the allied societies.
Yeah.
Custom delivery is different category.
Oh yeah, different. I mean, yeah, but
different category.
But it's still the same idea. It's like they're so far back that it's like, why are they still included?
Like custom deliveries, and they're I wouldn't say they're like custom deliveries are outdated. I mean, they kind of are with allied tribes. Like that's kind of what I was alluding to, is that they're like both systems are kind of outdated. And you know, if you wanted to see the story of old allied beast tribes or allied tribes, whatnot, you're kind of limited. Same with custom deliveries, you're kind of limited. So, I mean, retool the rewards if you have to. That would be my suggestion. Retool the reward so it's not like a weekly reward. It's just, you know, you get a certain amount of gil every time now or something like that.
So I think the custom deliveries are fine because it's 150 for the achievement, but the story ends once you get rank 5, and that only takes a couple weeks. So like, I think those are fine. With the old like beast tribes, I think they're in an okay spot, but it's just that matter of if they keep adding more, it's going to become too much.
Right.
But see, for me, the way that I played through them was because again, like RuneScape player, bit of a completionist. So as I was going through ARR, I was doing every blue quest. And so once I realized that they were daily, I started doing them right away. And so by the time I was caught up to the story, I was almost caught up on every tribe. Because you get 12 allowances per day. It takes about a month on average to do an odd tribe. And so even the Realm Reborn ones, for the most part, you pretty much do all of them in like 2 months. So like if you do everything except the XL and then you do the XL last, just funneling all 12 allowances into it, it doesn't take that long. But yeah, it's just the question of like, should there be a faster way to access the story for the side content? And I don't know, because it's, I guess, do you need the ARR Allied Tribe quest to do the Endwalker Allied Tribe quest? I can't remember.
No.
Okay, so if they're not still building off of it, then I think it's kind of fine as its own episode.
You know, each expansion has its own, like for the tribes, they have their own story. So it's all sequestered in one expansion. So you'd have to do all of them within ARR. Well, yeah, ARR, you'd have to do in Heaven's Ward, so on and so forth. So
Well, see, I thought the first few were connected. I could be wrong about that, but because they shared like there were a few common characters across like the first 3 allied quests, but
I don't have the Realm Reborn Allied quest done, but I have all the other ones done. That's an achievement for me.
Okay, so I guess they're not then. Yeah. So yeah,
it might change the dialogue.
Then I think it's okay.
Might change the dialogue.
But. Yeah, that might be like, it might just be something small, but like for the recent ones, it's just been all connected within the expansion. So you'd have to do every one, every allied tribe in the expansion to do the capstone quest, so to speak.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of fine then, like, because it's just, this is something to do for this specific expansion if you want to do it, and it'll take you about a month each time.
Right.
But yeah, it just kind of goes back to that question about like the leave allowances. Like, should they maybe uncap some of those like 10-year-old time gates? Maybe there could be a better way to future-proof them, because yeah, there's not really a reason not to, since it's just bonus content that it's already outdated, so it's pretty much completely irrelevant. And so if you want to convince a new player starting today in Dawn Trail to go back and do like the kobold tribes, then yeah, it's kind of a tough sell if they have to wait a month to get the story done. So yeah, I could definitely see a case for maybe finding a way to speed it up.
And then the achievement hunters will benefit.
Yeah.
Perhaps I wanted to get your take on the whole current player starting achievements now. What did you?
I just find an achievement you like. Like there's no way. Like I'm doing fishing now, and this is an achievement. If I'd been doing it the entire time, it really wouldn't be that bad. And quite frankly, it really hasn't been that bad altogether. But I know that the remaining fish that I have could be years of my life still. They could be a week. It could also be years, and you have no way of knowing. So it's a little scary, the idea of being an achievement, of actually starting the path down everything. I will say this: the initial dopamine hit of doing everything will probably be great because you have so much ahead of you. But you really got to be having fun that whole time, or that dopamine, the rate of the dopamine to cortisol ratio is not going to work out in your favor, I don't think. It's a tough sell at the very least. So,
and again, you're talking about current players for
yeah. If you were a current player and you wanted to achieve that and you haven't, there is such a mountain to climb. Like there are people who don't have every job level to 100. They got to do that. Yeah. Like that's a ton of achievements. That's not a small task for a lot of people. They got to go level their trusts as to all the different level ranges. They got to go level all their crafters and gatherers. They got to go level blue mage. You got to go do their blue mage log, and they got to gather every fishing item, and you got to gather every mining item, and you got to gather every botany item. You got to craft every crafting item, and you got to go do PvP for. You got to go make every relic for both combat and crafters and gatherers. You gotta want it if you're gonna do it now. You can't meander your way into achievement hunting. You gotta jump in with both feet, no flippies. You don't need swimmies for this ride. You gotta just strap in and get going.
I will say though, one comment that I
Okay.
get a lot on my videos is I didn't know what to do. And then I started watching these videos, and now I've realized that there are all these things that I can do. And so if you're like current on the game and you're looking for more reasons to play the game, achievement hunting is great for that, because in between patches, you can look like, okay, well, what's on the achievement list that I haven't done? Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll go unlock Bosnia. You know, I got people tell me all the time, oh, I never even unlocked Bosnia, but then I saw this video and I decided to give it a try. And actually, I really love it. Now it's my favorite content. You know, I get stuff like that all the time. And so it's one of those things where if you enjoy the base game a lot, this just gives you more things to do in between major releases, achievement hunting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was a big reason why because there's been all these things that I haven't done over the years, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop being a little bitch. And I'm going to do these things. And now I'm fishing.
Yeah. And now you see how deep the fish hole goes, as it were.
Yeah, it sure do go deep. There'd be a lot of fish in this ocean, and this lake, and this creek, and this river,
yeah.
and this pond, and this fucking puddle that's on the side of the street that has a fish in it.
And the sky, and the void, and some
and the
ice,
sky,
and
and
sand,
and the end of the world, and yeah, that's everything.
So, with that, let's go to the other extreme. Insider, I'll start with you. The Sprouts who have just heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV.
how do we get them started on achievement hunting?
Achievement hunting. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I would say kind of probably a similar answer to what I just said, but this is actually one of the things that some of my friends got me started on back when we first jumped in, because I started the game with a group of 5 friends, and I'm like one of the only ones that still plays now. But when we would run dungeons together, they would say, "Oh, well, hey, let's go explore this other random path in Sastasha, because we'll get the exploration achievement, you know, and you won't get the exploration achievement unless you pick up all the battery cells in Tamtara, or not Tamtara, Totorak, and, you know, go through this whole maze back when it was a maze and stuff like that." And so, if you're starting the game fresh as a Sprout and you're interested in achievement hunting, what it will do is kind of add depth to your journey, because now you've got a little bit more context for just the things that you're doing. So, you know, you go through and you're going to say, all right, there's a lot of Grand Company achievements. While I'm playing through Realm Reborn, I'll stop and look for ways I can get seals. And then that's going to level up your Grand Company more. And then they're going to send you on a quest to go do Zamail Darkhold and, you know, Aram Vale. And then they'll give you the unlock quests for the allied societies. And then now you're doing side quests over there, and you're learning more about the kobold culture and the Ixal storyline and stuff like that. And so it's something that it will kind of add depth to your journey in a way. So you can think not just I'm wandering through the frozen wastelands of Kurthus Western Highlands, but also there might be some other things out here. Maybe I'll go exploring a bit and see if I can find, you know, sightseeing logs or hunt marks, B ranks that I haven't done yet, and stuff like that. So it's a way of, you know, filling out the journey if that's something you're interested in. If you want something other than just going and talking to Alphino for the 50th time in a row, you know, here's something that can kind of divert you, or little things to keep an eye out for as you traverse. Like, oh, now I've unlocked this area that's associated with this achievement that I was seeing in the list earlier. Now you know, you've got some more context for the world. You've got more things to do. It's just, yeah, it's, if you're looking for that type of adventure, it will fill out your adventure more. That's all I got. Good luck.
Yeah, like think about it this
Happy?
way. Think about it this way. If, let's say you start as a brand new character, you're level 1, right? You get to level 20, you unlock your Grand Company. Okay, well, now you've got Grand Company leaves. That's in theory one category, and soon you'll have supply and provisioning missions ASAP. That's already categories that'll get you down. Now you're looking at, oh, I have to craft and gather these items, so now I gotta go do my crafting and gathering. Let me gather this item, and that's when the items are like really simple to make and really easy to gather, and there's like not much thought behind getting them. So now you're getting in, and then your jobs are getting leveled, so you make that part of your daily thing that you do, and then at 30 you get the PvP unlocked, and now all of a sudden you could do your frontline roulette, and you're picking up a few kills and you're picking up a few wins, so you could do PvP if you got time for your roulette on any given day. And then you get to your first Allied Society quests, and that's going to be another achievement. So you do that. It's like all those things add in. Obviously, some stipulations for the free trial here, but the checklists start early. And the more of them that you're interested in, or the more you're considering early, the easier of a time you'll have as soon as you get those systems unlocked. So I think that it's like, if that's something that interests you right from the get-go, don't start ignoring activities unless it's causing you to have less fun playing the game. Like, if you would have more fun continuing through the story, do that, but consider those other things if it's a thought in your mind.
Yeah. And especially early. Early on, I think that because the way they designed Realm Reborn, they didn't really know what was going to happen with the game. And so they really went all out trying to just give you stuff to do, like to keep players occupied. And so I think a lot of the earlier side grinds or side content, especially the ARR stuff, is actually really good if you play it while you're in Realm Reborn. And so I would highly recommend, like, for any early game achievement hunters, like, explore some of that stuff, just dig into some of those side systems and see where, the random blue quests will lead you, because a lot of that stuff, if you play it while you're still current on that expansion, you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah. I'd also like to go back. I asked Cider earlier about a category that he liked or was looking forward to or thought was well designed in some capacity. I have a couple I think are well designed, or that represent better design than the other ones. So in ocean fishing, there are categories where you need to catch a certain number of fish in a boat. Some of them require you to do it as a party. Some of them require you to do it solo. So there's putting a party together with the goal of trying to catch 300 of this particular type of fish. And now everyone's like, okay, well, make sure you do this and, aim for that. And at the end of every boat, people are like tallying up, like, oh, what do we need to do? And then the next boat, okay, what's the strategy? So there's that like interactive bit where every player is like a part of it, and it's not a strict grind achievement. So there's a bit of cooperation, and it's just to accomplish an otherwise unusual goal that is not just do something 1,000 times. That's way better design. Another example is the Blue Mage achievements, specifically for the Mass Carnival, where you have to beat this mission with only these skills.
Those are good, yeah.
Yeah. Those are peak. I think things like that represent better design, and those I'm almost done with all of those that I just named. But looking back, those are like the types of achievements that I would like to see more of in the game going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Solid. Now, we've talked a lot about how achievements are now. Not that we expect achievements to change much, but the achievement system in 14, yeah, well, I mean, we want them to change somewhat, but I'm sure it's there's gonna be like get to the end of 10 patch seasons, and those are in one fucking season is 2 patches, seeing 3.5 expansions or some shit like that. Who knows? But is there any quality of life, Cider, that you want for the achievement feature as a whole?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, well, at the last media tour, I submitted the question about an official achievement ranking, because there's a few third-party sites that do it, and they're pretty good. But since it's all opt-in and it's all third-party, it's not as accurate as it could be. It's the best thing we've got. So as a RuneScape player, you know, I remember the magic of the high scores page on RuneScape, and everybody knows who Zezima is, even if they didn't play RuneScape, because he was #1 for, you know, a good like decade almost, and there was such a mystique around the high scores of RuneScape, and you know the culture that that built, and everybody would try to challenge these scores and push themselves to play more and like rise through the ranks, and that really did add something. That's part of one of those things. That's why RuneScape players are so freaking achievement driven. Is just because like it's that competitive spirit, you know, just that fun of seeing how high you can get up the board. I think that that's really important. I wish that they would add something on the lodestone that does that for achievement rankings. But also in game, there's a feature when you log in where it says like recommended achievements, and it'll be like 3 or 4 random things, just whatever you're close to. And once you close it, you can't open it back up, and you can't pin it anywhere. Like I want some kind of on-screen tracker for achievement as you progress through it. This is another RuneScape feature where it's like you could take a skill that you're trying to level up and pin it to the top, and it'll show you here's how much XP you have to go until you level up. I want something like that for achievements where it's like, okay, if I need to catch 1,000 fish, I want to pin this to the top of my HUD so it's, you know, oh, you're at 700 out of 1,000, and I don't have to keep opening the menu to see it. I want more stuff like that.
Yeah, that one's big for me. I want them to actually just do more with the achievement certificate system as a whole.
Yeah.
We have so, like, if you're new, you probably have a little bit more to grind out, but it feels like just once in a blue moon they're like, by the way, there's something for like 5 certificates on John at this. I'm sure you guys can just go buy that real quick. And it's like, I don't know, I want to see something. I mean, it'd be cool even if you could, like, if getting a certain amount of achievement points allowed you to buy an item for like a large amount of those achievement certificates from the thing. I know as RuneScape, you'll think about the menu that when you earn a certain number of collection log spots, there's an item you can go collect that it tells you about on the thing. I imagine like that too. Like you go and you buy like the golden achievement parasol or some shit to stand around in town with. So something for, and then that's just a matter of like, because you can get to over 25,000 points pretty, I'm not gonna say easily, but you can get over 25,000 points moderately, more achievably.
I'm not even at 25,000 points yet. So.
I'd say that it's more 30,000 is where it starts to get like really ridiculous. Like if you're at 30,000, it's crazy, but like 25 to 30 is like the part where it really slows. 25 to 30,000 is like 92 to 99 in RuneScape compared to 1 to 25,000.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
I'm just going to keep doing
definitely
RuneScape comparisons.
Yeah, definitely more achievement shop stuff, but also I feel like they used to give you more glams for achievements. You know, you would get the big stupid crowns and the robes, and then there's that Seal Rock outfit that's really awesome. I wish they would add more achievement glams, honestly.
Yeah, that's another thing. Also, God, I just had one on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Oh, display it on your adventure plate. Chat said it.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. That's another one for sure.
Also, oh wait, framer kits and stuff for achieve. There you go.
Those could be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Animation skills next expansion.
Animations. I keep forgetting about those.
Yeah, the skill skins. There we go. Yeah, I think adding a lot more social aspects around it where you're in a crowd and you have a shit ton of achievement points. I think that's something that like is really old school MMO coded. You want to stand in a crowd and
it's a big community building thing. Yeah. Because you see someone with something cool and you ask, well, how do I get that? You know, it's the same with ultimate weapons, right? It's like, you know, that guy's got a really cool sword. Where do I get that from? I got to clear UCOB. Okay, I'll get started. Like, and I guess I'll do that.
By framer kits, I mean like a certain like achievement point threshold framer kits. Not, I know there's framer kits for achievements and stuff. But I mean like of rewards for like the actual act of hunting a total amount of achievements versus specific achievements. I also, and I brought this up in chat the other day, something not necessarily achievement related, but could be tied back to achievements. I want a collection log officially for the game. Like, for like collecting a minion or an orchestrion from like, oh, do you have the minion and orchestrion from Sestasha? Or do you have, you know, that? So at any point.
The the triple triad card log, if they would just apply
Yeah.
that system to like mounts and minions, yeah, that could be really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's also no achievement for mount or minion collection, oddly enough.
I think the problem is because they sell them in the cash shop,
Yeah.
so it would feel pay to win. Yeah.
They sell orchestrion rolls. There's still an achievement for
That's
500
true.
of those.
Yeah.
You just don't make it like a crazy. You don't make it like every mount.
Right.
You make it like one that's
Right.
achievable without purchasing, basically. So yeah.
I think there's like a 100 minion achievement. There's a really low one, I believe.
It's not a whole
because it
lot.
gives you the minion master title, I think.
Yeah, it's really quick. But yeah, there's like, but I mean, then you could have like thousands of them. You could have like 100 of them or something right now. Or you could just have cash up items not count, but let's be honest, I'm not holding them to that standard. Quite frankly, I'm just not holding them to that standard.
Yeah, that's a little optimistic. Yeah.
And yeah, I think with the whole activity point thing, there's a lot more room to make the achievement system more forward with like the way players engage and represent themselves, because that's like their whole idea for Evergold. We want players to be able to represent themselves and customize themselves and the way they're shown. And I feel like achievements is just like that system in the back that's just like.
But at the same time, I feel like they still want to, have those crazy achievements, right?
Yeah,
Those-
but that's the thing. I
yeah.
want that crazy achievement to be on display as something that's not just like a title, because I can only wear one title.
That's another quality of life thing that we need. First of all, hairstyles tied to glam plates, but also title tied to glamour plate. Why can't you tie a title to your glam, Because then that would give more value to the title if
Yeah.
I play
I see
red
what
mage,
you're
I have
saying,
this
yeah.
title, but when I switch to blue mage, it's different. But yeah, that's kind of the thing when we talk about like who's designing the achievements. Aren't they doing the math on this at all? I can kind of see the case for the really, really long achievements, not the ones that are stupid, because those are just badly designed. But it's the idea of like a lifetime achievement, something that if you are only a crafter and all you do is crafting leaves and nothing else, then you'll be the guy that has this achievement. And so I think like they don't necessarily design achievements with the expectation that people are going to try to get them all. And I feel like that's fine as long as the individual like lifetime achievements are reasonable. Like they still have to be like not so absurd that you have to dedicate your lifetime to it. Like it should still feel like something that's reasonable to get.
Yeah,
And
because now it's
I need
like you got to
to do
dedicate
some
your
math.
lifetime to multiple categories at the same time.
Yeah. And it's also, I guess, we got to remind him of the relic logic, right? Because that was something Yoshi P said about relics back in like Shadowbringers or whatever. Like when they designed them, they thought, oh, people would only get one. But then when they looked at the numbers, they realized that, on average, people are
People are
getting
on
like
drugs.
4 or 5. Like, they're getting multiple relics. And so they started designing the relics kind of with the expectation that people are going to try to get more than one. And that's why we have the one-time steps and then the tombstone dumps and whatnot. And so, every expansion now, it feels like the last 3 expansions, the relics take roughly the same amount of time to get for all of them. But because they keep adding 2 new jobs, that means that the relic gets a little bit easier every expansion because they're designing it with the expectation that you're going to get more of them. I feel like they could probably take a similar approach to achievements, not necessarily watering everything down, making it super easy, but just kind of having the understanding that someone's not going to dedicate their entire playtime to accursed horde. They're going to do more than one thing, like
Challenge accepted. Cider, just wait till I do I won't stop doing the accursed horde as long as people keep subbing challenge.
I was honestly like, I'm probably going to do something similar. I was thinking a marathon stream for the first 10,000. Screw 30,000. That's going to take a lifetime. But I figured it would be fun to just marathon the first 10,000.
Once you get 10,000, you're going to realize you just have to do that 2 more times, and then you're going to fucking finish it.
Well, yeah, but not in one go, right? But like the idea is like, what I want to do is marathon the first 10,000 on a stream, and then keep a count of how long it takes, and then make a video complaining about it, and just throw it in Yoshi P's face. Like, yo, hey, what is going on with this achievement? Look at this. This is the worst gameplay you could possibly imagine. I did nothing but eat, sleep, and accursed horde for 2 weeks and got, 10,000, and there's still 20,000 more to go. What's going on with this? So maybe if we just yell loud enough about it, someone will actually look at it and say, hey, oh yeah, I guess this is kind of stupid, isn't it? But yeah.
You only have to do it for 1 hour to see how fucking stupid it is. You don't even have to get the whole 10,000.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
oh,
you have to labor the
okay.
point.
Yeah, chat's like, oh, okay, so we want 60,000.
If you only do it for 1 hour, you're gonna have that guy in the chat that's like, oh, well, you only did this for an hour, so like, you didn't even really. Who are you to say that this
really
sucks?
Yeah, right.
You gave up before you even started. Like,
average RPG player. It's like you only
5 hours.
Average RPG player. It doesn't really get good till after 20 hours, and then it's my favorite game.
Yeah, the Accursed Horde gets good at 400 hours.
Yeah, that's when delirium sets in. And or blood clots. Whichever comes first, I suppose. Oh, man. Yeah, 1 sub equals 1 accursed horde. There you go. That's the marathon.
I was thinking I would do it as a challenge. Like, what do I get by the end of this stream? Do I have more accursed horde or more subs? Like, you guys.
Yeah. See, achievement hunters will find a way to make it content every time. I mean, it's easy. It's so easy to make content out of achievement hunting, I feel.
Well, it's easy to make content, but it can be hard to make good content. Some things are just not fun no matter what you do. So.
Yeah, I started working on one. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna start with fishing. I was like, fuck, how do I make a second video until like 6 months from now? Yeah. The real answer is mentor roulette. That's how you do it.
Mentor roulette is surprisingly good content. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, my achievement videos did a lot better than I thought they would. But nowadays, my mentor roulette stuff gets better views. Like, people love watching that. And it's just me complaining about the dungeons taking too long. It's not anything like groundbreaking, but I don't know.
I did a YouTube video, a couple of YouTube videos where I went to each NA data center and compared how many people died in the content that we were doing. That was also one that I didn't think was going to do that well, but did surprisingly well. People just want to see Duty Finder. Though there's not a lot of variables in Final Fantasy XIV fights. The one biggest variable is the people.
Yeah. No, but one thing I've seen that, like, from a content perspective is that there are a lot of people that they want to have second monitor content while they're playing the game. And so, they just want like something to watch along with that is someone else's experience playing the game. And this is why I constantly yell at everybody that streams to make videos, because there's actually a surprisingly big market for just people playing the game.
Yeah. I mean, I used to have an old Let's Play series that actually did surprisingly well for 14. I was like surprised as many people cared, because I was just like, bro, I'm just doing Ifrit normal. What are you watching me do right now? I don't. Yeah. No, I had the worst Duty Finder in NA as a video. That was literally just comparing deaths of like, I was just going to like random like high risk fights like Shinryu to see how many people get pushed off by Tidal Wave or Fate Breaker or something. And yeah, that did surprisingly well. Primal lost by a mile, by the way. Which is funny, because at the start I went, anecdotally, whenever I go to Primal, it's the worst. And then it happened in the video. I was like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I can't explain why more people die on Primal than on every other data set. The funniest is when I went to Dynamis and I couldn't find a party. So a bunch of Lalafels found me in Limsa just AFKing and said, we'll make a party. And that was it. They were like, no, we just do everything in the party finder here on Dynamis. You can't duty find anything. And I was just like, how did you find me? I wasn't streaming. I was just offline on my own time, and I walked away and came back, and there were 7 Lalafels around me.
Together are strong.
They are. So yeah.
There's a do you know the law of like Lala gravitation or whatever, where it's like if you just park a Lala somewhere, more will just slowly appear.
Yes. I'm familiar.
Yeah. There you go. Turns out it's truer than we may have thought.
Yeah. By the way, I did get another fish, just as an update.
Congrats on the fish.
Yeah, that was Cosmic Haze. That was a good one. That was a good one to get out of the way. The Law of Wa. How many fish do I have left now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I'm at 12. Okay. We have to chip away at that number. Unfortunately, one of them's gone until next Saturday at 10:40 p.m. All right. That's always fun. Love that.
Tragic.
Yeah, at least it's not Perseverance. You really need to go get you need to put a sticky note down or something. You need to start tracking Perseverance.
I'll worry about it someday.
it's gonna be like August 2nd. He's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna start fishing today.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like the thing that reassures me with all these annoying grinds is just, for now at least, I've still got like 8,000 leave quests left to do. So it's still got like almost 4 years of leave quests. And me being me, like I just procrastinate everything. I'm like, well, yeah, I got 4 years. I'll figure it out later. Like I'll worry about it on the the last month of the last year. Because until I get all the leave quests, I can't technically have everything done. So anything annoying, just put it off for later. That's coming back to bite me a little bit though, because I'm running out of fun stuff to do.
Oh yeah, that'll happen with achievements. Yeah,
I gotta start working on those crafting achievements, those copy and pasted crafting achievements.
I've
730 goldsmith recipes.
Yeah, I've been going.
Just put on Netflix. Just put on Netflix and just
it's the acquisition of it's really the acquisition of the materials that sucks more than anything.
Yeah, and that's easily done through gathering. And
no, again, it's not that easy, Sly, because sometimes you got to go and gather something for leather working to make a leather, and then you got to use that leather to make something for like weaving, and then with the
I understand
material. Yeah, but you got to do that for fucking 8,000 recipes.
Yeah, this is where sometimes you got to bite the bullet and just lose the cash on the. There's Heavensward and Stormblood, the shops where they just sell all the. No, there's an NPC shop that sells everything at really bad prices, and so if you just are willing to dump a ton of gil into it, you can get the materials pretty easy. It's just way overpriced.
Yeah, I was going through a Realm Reborn, and I was like, you know what? As I do the ascending leave quests, I'll just do the recipes as I go up. I very quickly abandoned that.
Yeah, I'm still working. I got like half of the jobs done for the recipes, but I still have the worst ones left.
Chat, I'm sending you all out on shopping lists with your gatherers. It's so funny because when I did 5,000 crafting, when I did 5,000 crafting collectibles for the PlayStation trophy, I had 0 done. And this was like a year and a half ago. I had 0 crafting collectibles completed ever. I sent chat to get me 1 material, and I just sat in Idleshire, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to fucking do this for 5. I made 20 million gil doing that.
Yeah, it'll pay.
Well, it pays when your chat goes and does all the gathering for you. Yeah, it does fucking pay.
Honestly, at this point, dead ass, I'm thinking about going to gather for Happy just to make money. If he'll pay me, I'll do it.
I didn't fucking pay them. Are you kidding me? That was charity.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I can still hear
you.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
No, I was like, if you out of the goodness of your heart want to donate to my cause, what did I give chat? 5 days of me crafting collectibles. Entertainment. And the satisfaction of watching me get it done.
See, chat, you should not give this man anything for free. He has the money.
I'm not going to when I buy all these fucking carrots. Sly, you want to know what the biggest one was? So I was doing Time Worn maps, and I was gathering one map a day. And I said, if anyone just doesn't do their maps and like doesn't give a shit, just if you're just wasting them, just whatever. If I'll take whatever.
But you have the money to buy maps from the board too.
No, they're like 200K a pop. The ones I wanted. and I wasn't doing that shit.
At the time?
Yeah, the old maps were all like 80 to 150K because nobody does them anymore.
Okay.
Nobody gathers them anymore. So only achievement hunters are buying them. Somebody hands me a Saiga skin map, Sly. Do you remember Pixie Wings as a map material from Shadowbringers?
Yeah.
Do you remember how much they were? They were pretty
on
cheap,
average.
right?
Yeah, they were pretty cheap. Like even when the content was relevant, like when the content was relevant, it was
Well, they were
obviously
pretty
better.
common. Yeah.
I mean, first week, and then really even first week.
No, I mean the first week, yeah, obviously, but they went down pretty quick. They were like a few thousand.
Yeah, they did go down pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how much I sold a pair of Pixie Wings for from that Saiga skin map? Guess how much gil I made doing that achievement?
When was this? Now, when was this?
A week and a half ago.
God, if it was a week and a half ago for a Pixie Wing.
For Pixie Wing. What do you think I made?
I guess skin, that's Endwalker, right?
Yeah, that's Endwalker's level 90, the level 90 solo map. Not the group map, the solo map.
Because of obscurity, I'll say you made several mil.
I made 10
like
million gil.
10
million gil. That item was 500 gil on the market board at one point during Endwalker.
Well, that market's dead now because you exposed it. So everybody's going to be buying up Saiga skin maps.
Unironically,
ruining markets
I
for State of
tweeted,
the Realm.
It's so fucking funny. I tweeted that and someone went, "Hey, can't help but notice Saiga skins went up to 300K on my server."
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I was like, I think that might actually be my fault. I'm willing to take the blame for that one. But like, here's another thing. I bought 6 hidden maps, which are just the level 50 like green maps, and I spent
this market for me. I love this one.
I spent 1.4 mil. I made 2. Like because nobody does them. I sold the Spriggan mask, the Spriggan hat for 800K from just one of them.
I can give you guys a real good secret market that I will be shooting myself in the foot by exposing it. But yeah, Realm Reborn maps. It's either goat skin or just leather, but it's one of those early maps. Find the one that drops the lotus leaf.
Yep.
And then if you have level 80 goldsmith, you make the indoor eastern pond and you sell that for $1 million.
Yep, I got a lotus leaf from the Unhiddens.
Yeah,
I got one.
The leaf itself sells for quite a bit, but
Yeah.
if you make it into the actual furniture item, the housing enthusiasts will buy those en masse and easy money.
Yep.
I bought houses on alts doing that. Very easy money.
Yeah, it's that's another thing. Like some achievement hunt, like fishing. I've actually in a Realm Reborn, there's some fish that descent into swimwear. That's worth.
Oh,
I made like 4 or 5 mil descenting my Realm Reborn big fish.
You know, like my episode 0 on achievement hunting was I made a standalone video about the Aquapolis title, the Heaven's Word group maps, the treasure dungeon, and so I got the 20 clears on that. And over the course of that grind, I made like upward of 50 mil.
Yep.
And that was how I bought my first house in game, was just doing that. But it was a little bit of a better market back then because I did it in Endwalker. And so like they hadn't nuked all of the treasure map glams yet. Nowadays, those aren't worth as much. But even just in raw gil, still pretty good money. So yeah, like those treasure hunting grinds, like those will make you a ton of money.
Yeah. I know someone who's gotten 4 yans in the last like week doing the more recent ones.
How much are those going for now?
I think they're like 10 mil a piece, but they're going to hold on to them until they're not from recent maps. They're going to wait till the next expansion
and then when they rise.
Yeah.
You can't wait too long though, because like freaking Square Enix, they'll dump them into North Horn or something like that. They'll pull that rug out from under your feet before you realize it.
That'd be fucked up. Throw the yans in North Horn would be fucked up.
I don't know. Nowadays, like you get calfskin stuff out of, or not calfskin. It's the urban stuff, and then North Horn. Like, so many glam markets just wiped
Pagos.
out.
You get Pagos skier from fucking
Right.
Occult Crescent.
Yeah, I was so let down because like the first time they rug pulled me was Eureka Orthos when they added all the Stormblood map stuff, and I was trying to do the hidden thing grind, and so like the stuff went from being like 200 grand per piece of glam to like 2 grand overnight. God. So
Yep.
yeah, they've
Pleasant.
been killing a lot of markets lately.
Yep.
I think the idea is just to keep the items available for as many people as possible, which is nice, but now I don't make any money, so
That was how I felt about Desynthesis ages ago when it used to be hard, and then they fucking nuked it into the ground.
oh
But
yeah.
I think it was nuked into the ground before you started playing. Because it used to be like
Yeah.
you could only level 3 of them, and if you tried to go over a certain total level, it would like de-level the other one.
I've heard about this, yeah.
Yeah. I made a lot of I would just buy items off the vendor. Like the moment I hit max level, I would just buy the highest level item and desynth them and sell the materials that no one could make yet. Because you could just get the leathers that people were like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was that was something. But either way, yeah, I think so. That covers achievements as they are in the game, achievements we like, achievements we don't like, achievements we want to see, as well as quality of life. The tracking of the achievements was definitely the number one thing. I would love an achievement tracker somewhere on the game, on the screen itself. With that, we're getting close to our usual end time. Is there anything about the achievement system you think we haven't touched upon that you want to bring up or discuss?
Well, nothing specific comes to mind. Still kind of keeping an eye on the Fall Guys achievements because so here's the thing. Square Enix, when they update the game and the achievements, if there's an achievement that's not possible to get anymore, they take it out of the list. And so if you missed an opportunity to get like an old holiday event or, 1.0 achievements and stuff like that, if you can't get them, they just remove them from the list. And so all of the third-party sites that do achievement rankings, they don't count those ones. They only count the ones that are possible for everybody to get. So, back to my earlier point about if Square ever makes an official ranking, they would have to take that into account as well in order to keep it fair. But yeah, the Fall Guys ones, those never go offline, but the content is only available like a month out of the year or something. And so that one's kind of unusual. I'm thinking that'll probably come back at least one more time before Evercold, but I'm just keeping an eye on it.
We do also have a Gold Saucer update coming, and we don't know. I'm assuming that's a Final Fantasy VII collab. That's my current working theory.
Yeah. Tifa dating simulator? Or?
Oh my god. No, Mog House. Mog House.
Tifa dating simulator in the Mog House.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, that still follows the rough story of Mog House. You think about it. Don't think about it too much.
Gold Saucer has surprisingly rough achievements in it that people often slept on achievements are. The Gold Saucer tab, there's some rough ones in there, like 3,000 Choco races.
I think the Chocobo races are the well-known ones. Because, yeah, the idea is you make the perfect pedigree Chocobo and then do the races, because you can make a Chocobo that wins almost every race. So it makes the rest of it a lot easier.
Well, you only have to win 500, but you have to play 3,000.
I thought there was like a weird like overlap between a few of them. I guess I don't have an encyclopedia.
You need max pedigree. You need to finish all of the like trial races, all the NPC races. Then you got to win 500. You got to play 3,000. So it's not that bad, but it's just the time that it takes to play 3,000 races, especially because it's like it's mediocre content that's been neglected for 10 years.
Yeah.
But then there's Mahjong.
Yeah, you have to rank in Mahjong.
Yeah. You not only rank, you have to hit master rank.
Yeah, you have to hit master rank in Mahjong as one of the achievements. 2,000.
Yeah. That one will be interesting.
But there's one that I can't remember what it is. What's like how I learned to stop worrying and love the saucer. That's
the everything achievement. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the winningest jockey, always bet on me, bracket breaker, enemy at the gate 3, what the funga 3, work smarter not harder, and mountains of Gill Hills. Those are all the ones. Winniest Jockey is the win 500 sanctioned races one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. That's fun.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. You also got to do like triple triad tournaments. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, I covered everything I want to talk about, so I think Sly, unless you have something, I think we're good to start wrapping up.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, y'all basically answered everything I had.
All right. Well, perfect. Hopefully Evercold will be not so brutal on us achievement wise, but we will touch upon that sometime after Evercold release.
Horde.
Don't do that. Just don't. Why would you will that?
He already spoke into an existence. It's already happening.
It's my running theory that every time I say something negative about Yoshi P, they add more to the accursed horde pile or the fortune carrots. Every time they hear me talking crap, they just add another achievement that I'm gonna hate.
We just don't need to do that though. It just doesn't need to be that way. All right. Well, all the same, all the same, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us, Cider. It has been a pleasure talking.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to find it. Again, long overdue. I'm just terrible at asking people to do things, so blame me. Sly, when I send Sly on the errand, he comes back 5 minutes later and says, "Got it." When I tell Sly about it a week in advance, I'll be like, "Oh, I forgot to ask her. I don't know if I wanted to ask." So
honestly, half the time I forget to respond to DMs anyway, because I'll read it and I'll be like, I'll respond to that in a minute, and then a week goes by.
We're all terrible about DMs.
Yeah,
I think we're all terrible about DMs.
I'm very bad at socializing. That's why I play social genres of games.
Forces it upon you.
Yep.
So with that, you said you weren't very good at intros, but let's see how you do at outros, because you gotta tell everyone where to find you and what you're working on at the moment.
Hi, I'm still Cider Spider, and you can find me over on YouTube as well as Twitch, both under Cider Spider. I've got a long-running achievement hunting series. I try to update it every week. I'm also doing mentor roulettes every week, and a few other videos, just depending on how lazy I am. I stream 4 times a week, and occasionally I shit post on Twitter, but that's about it. Yeah, you can find me Cider Spider on YouTube. That's the name of the channel. At Cider Spider, no space on Twitch, and at Cider Spider with an extra R on the end. That's my Twitter one. So yeah, I'm all over the place, but I'm around. I am also apparently most recognized as the Mad Baby. I kind of accidentally kickstarted my channel with Mad Because Small. So if you've ever seen a Lala with really big eyebrows, that's me.
He's taller than me in real life, though. Just to put that into perspective. A little bit. A little bit taller.
Yeah.
So, hate to break the fantasy. Not actually.
Not as jacked yet, though. I gotta hit the gym.
It's all right. I had a few too many pizza slices. It's not as much muscle as it could be. That's all. All right. Well, thank you again for taking the time to be on the show. Sly, you know the drill at the outro.
Yes, you can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox, Twitter Sly, aka Gray Fox, Bluesky, Sly, aka Gray Fox, youtube.com/The Velvet Room. Not a lot going on right now. I mean, next week, starting today or yesterday, I started playing Zero Parades for Dead Spies, the Disco Elysium kind of spiritual successor. We have Twitch integration, so Twitch chat is constantly making me anxious, delirious, and fatigued in the game. And it's all fun. And we're going to be doing that today, too. We'll also, because Gundam had their conference recently, we'll watch the Gundam conference today to see what's new in the world of Gundam. Of course, WSLY later tonight. I'll be planning for the Uldan Stakes, our next event in June. Signups will be soon, so please be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, next week is, of course, Zero Parades, the actual release, and Coffee Talk Tokyo, another visual novel that everyone's been looking forward to. So yeah, pretty much right after we close up shop, we're going live and watching some Gundam, some good ass Gundam, and then I might do some PvP if I've had enough to drink.
Does that mean it's Saturday?
No, CC.
Oh, okay. The good one.
Oh yeah, ranked.
Got it. It's Shatter today.
No. It's you say the good one, but it's ranked. So it's ranked.
It is. What is it today? I forgot how to see. Oh, no. Today's a Warcorcher tab.
Either way, I'm doing ranked, so it's not much better.
Yeah, you getting killed by hackers or what?
Very few times it's happened. Like I can count on like a couple fingers how many times it's happened, so not that much.
I'm glad I got Crystal Season 1 because I have all the achievements from Bronze to Crystal because of that.
I never did ranked.
Drink before you do.
Drink before you do is crazy.
Yeah.
Sly, that would not have helped me get Crystal in Season 1. I promise you.
You say that, but it dulls the pain. It dulls the pain of losing stars.
I mean, rum is like a raid buff to me, so
right. Not as bourbon.
I feel like I play a little better when I'm slightly drunk.
I'm gonna take my coffee and be okay with that.
I get angrier.
Yeah.
Happy. What about you?
Find me Mrhappy1227, doing a lot of speculation and quality of lifestyle videos leading into Evercold. There's a lot of topics about a lot of different things that people want to see, and we've been discussing them. We're also going back and looking at Dawn Trail stuff, starting to rank more things. We've ranked the raids, we've ranked the trials, got to rank the Alliance raid stuff still and talk about the retrospect of the Alliance raid. Wasn't well implemented, so a lot of review style stuff right now. We do have Ultimate coming out in just over 2 weeks, and I will be, of course, diving deep into that. So most videos I release on any given day will be about Ultimate for at the very least 1 full week. There is, of course, going to be some other stuff on that patch. There will be the new Cosmic Zone with the new Cosmic Tools. There will be the Anti-Tease Tacos, which is another 25 weeks added on to the achievement total as well. Thank you, Anti-T.
Tacos.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, there's a lot to come for the next several years. Not to mention we got Elliot next month as well. We got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Endless Apocalypse in July, although that's like 2 days before Fort Tower comes out, I'm pretty sure. And so that's going to be its own separate level of hell, given that I really want to play that for like 300 hours, and I won't be able to until like several weeks later. But you know, it is what it is. I'll just have to clone myself. The constant struggle. Yeah. But with that, that's going to be a wrap for the show. Thanks again to the sponsors over on Patreon for support. Oh, one last thing. Hold on.
You have a few more achievement points than me right now.
Do I?
Yeah.
How do you sound?
Enjoy that while it lasts. Coming for you.
How much do you have?
I'm like just under 22,000.
Well, now I got to go knock out my easy ones.
Enjoy that while it lasts.
I've been threatened. Suddenly looking at what categories do I have that are easier? What categories do I have that are easier? Fishing is not getting me ahead. Fishing is a lot of points. Not when you only have 12 left and that's 30 points and that's going to take you 6 fucking months to do it. I promise you that. That's the new, that's it. Cider and I will do the new series, Achievement Rivalry.
Oh, man. You got like a 3,000 point lead on me, but I'm catching up.
There's a lot of achievements in this game.
Yeah, too many.
There's a lot. All right. Thanks again to the sponsors over on Patreon. All the content's available for free. It is literally only there if people want to support State of the Realm. Completely optional, but we make sure that you guys have a good time. I really got to start editing down some shorts. That could be a short right there. Enjoy it while it lasts. I'm coming for you. We got some good ones. All right. But thanks everyone for joining. We're going to go into a very short post show because I've got things to do. I'm sure Cider's got things to do and Sly's got things to do. We all got things to do. So we'll move into a very short post show. thanks everyone, and we will see you. We actually have a bunch of shows planned. So next week we will definitely be seeing you. I haven't decided exactly which one yet, but we do have a bunch planned. So with that, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.